so far?
Oh, I love it down here. You were at a wedding.
I was at a wedding for the last couple of days. But
and Thursday we were supposed to have our very first set, but that got rained out. Weather was a little icky, but I got to experience some good music, some good beer Friday. Friday I was from the area. I love it. I love it here.
Friday I was super stoked to be down here. It was just cool. Like, I love the atmosphere of Mile, walking around. Like, everywhere you go there's music happening. It's like, it reminds me of Nashville, walking down the main drag in Nashville when you have bars on every side of the road.
Was that Broadway Street?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But that's just what it reminds me of down here. And like, the artists are everywhere. You're networking, meeting new people. It's super cool. I love it.
Yeah. What venues have you performed at here at Mile?
We haven't performed at any yet. Today is going to end up being our first and last set because of the cancellation Thursday.
Oh, right.
So we're playing 1:30 at Emmett's stage.
Awesome.
But then we're also playing at the after party at Appleton Beer Factory and McFleshman's.
Oh, really?
Don't know which stage they're having us on, but we're gonna be there. So
awesome. And you're a 3-piece band or four?
Five of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Singer, drummer, keyboard, guitar, bass.
Wow. Cool. Your T-shirt is awesome. That's my old stomping ground. I just happened to notice that.
I just picked it up the other day. I saw it. I'm like, I had to have it. I had to have it.
Looks good.
Yeah. Speaking of beer, if you ever take a tour of the Coors Brewery, they take you up to the lounge and give you 2 free glasses of beer, and it's the most wonderful beer in the world. I don't know why. Anyway,
I used to work at Stone Arch Brewing, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I love the brewery.
Yeah.
Great beer. They provide a lot of food, beer, and stuff for the festival. Appreciate that.
Nice. Yeah, you like the IPAs, or you rather?
I'm more of a Scottish or like lighter side.
Right.
I can't go wrong with a good old stout, though.
Yeah.
You know, I actually did try McFleshman's Blood Orange IPA the other day, and it's one of the only IPAs I've ever tried where I was pleasantly surprised. Great flavor.
Well, let's talk about the band, Scorched Waves. How long have you guys been a band?
So I'm one of the original founding members. I started it with our lead guitarist, Tyler Armstrong, 8 years ago when I was 11 at the time. And the rest of these guys have just fallen into place over the last, it's been 5 years since we've been in this current lineup, but then
I thought it was 6 with the current.
Are we going on 6? We might be going on 6 now. It's 5 or 6 right
I joined
around.
like January of 2018.
Yeah. So we're around 5-6 years all together as this group, but I couldn't ask for a better group of guys, honestly.
Yeah. Is everybody collaborate on the songwriting, or one person is the creative spark?
It's very whoever has the idea, and then it's like, oh, I've got this riff, let's jam on that, and then whoever comes up with lyrics, just toss them out there. And then being the singer, I don't have to play an instrument, so I'm just sitting down on the side, phone in hand, typing stuff out, like whatever someone else comes up with, or if I come up with something, or one of our songs, it was actually on the Mile playlist called Dreaming Eyes. That was we were on tour last year, and we were in Nashville just at some Airbnb, and our guitarist was playing something, and I was like, oh, I've got an idea for that. And I went in the other room, came back in, and I was like, bam, there's the chorus.
Nice.
So it's really spontaneous inspiration on all fronts from us.
What genre would you guys consider yourself to be closest to?
I mean, we're self-described as groove punk, so kind of taking the surfy aspects and that pop punk and smashing it together, and also a little bit of like indie, so Arctic Monkeys, Killers, who else would you say? Like Green Day are some of our inspirations.
Like
like
Bravery.
Yeah, the Bravery.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there's some good heritage there. So that's awesome.
And I think something that's maybe a little different from us is we like to incorporate a lot of eclectic rhythms into like what we do, because as a drummer, I incorporate a lot of Latin and African rhythms in our stuff. So that's, I feel like that may be where we get our little bit of groove from.
Yeah. I think Paul Simon went through that phase where he was using strictly African, rhythm patterns and stuff like that. And it was a real... Yeah, it's a groove all unto itself, so it's a pretty awesome.
It adds
stuff.
a different,
like
it's
another texture.
Feel, yeah, texture.
Is there a lot of percussive instruments you bring with you?
Yeah, so our keyboard actually plays 2 massive gong drums and then shakers, cowbells, and
He
and
made
keys
his
on
own
top of that.
cowbell that he mounted to his entire stand. He's mainly the keys player, but we call him the hype man and everything man all together. He's
Awesome.
fantastic at what he does.
Awesome. That's cool. Well, have you been in the studio? Do you have anything released right now? I know
We
you
have-
guys just sent us a submission, so
We have 2 albums out.
2 albums.
We record it all in a studio. It's our guitarist's bedroom, and then we send it out to a buddy of ours at Madison
Yeah,
College. Yeah, and he does a bunch of mixing for us, and then we send it to a friend from Chicago, and he does the final mastering and everything.
So
Yeah.
there's a definite process that you
Yeah.
guys have down.
We're looking at trying to upgrade quality with each and every
Right,
release.
right.
You know, as we started this when we were all 15, him 11. So the quality can only get better from there.
Right. And the do-it-yourself mode now is so much more advanced because the equipment is so much more accessible. You don't have to pay $120 an hour to go into a
Oh yeah,
studio.
definitely not. But I mean,
You would.
who knows?
Right, I
It'd be
mean-
nice for the experience. Stop
Right.
down. I've heard there's some great studios around here. I mean, Honeytone is one I've been recommended. I think that's
Yeah.
in Menasha.
Right.
Nina and
Rock
is it
Garden.
Rock Garden. That's the one I was just thinking of. That one I've heard a lot of great things about too.
Mark Goldie has been such a contribution to the music community.
Oh
here.
yeah,
He's
definitely.
done a bunch of stuff there.
Did he work with Wild Adriatic, or am I crazy?
That
for
I'm not
thinking-
sure. He's worked with just about everybody that's come
Oh,
through
yeah.
here. So a lot of local artists use Rock Garden Studios. And Honeytone is putting out some very, very good stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm amazed at the quality. So where can people find your music at to download?
Everywhere. Spotify, iTunes,
Apple Music,
Apple Music. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Pandora.
And
Like we're even on Pandora.
If you're different distro, no, not distro. That's the one.
Bandcamp,
Bandcamp.
We're
Yeah,
on
if you're
Bandcamp,
different.
SoundCloud. Like if you have it,
Actually,
we're most likely on it.
I think SoundCloud might be the only place you can get our original EP. If you feel like digging back and listening to our like high school releases
Oh, that's
from when we
cool.
were very, very new.
That's like going into the Green Day catalog and going back before Dookie.
I think Green Day stuff is a little better than our high school EP. They're a talented group of guys, but hey, if you're interested to hear where we were and how far we've come, it's cool to listen to every once in a while.
Absolutely.
But I mean, Green Day is a great example. They're pre-Dookie stuff releases and things like that, and then listening to what are they on now? What was their most recent album? I forget.
Saviors.
Saviors.
They're on the Saviors tour right now, right?
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they're playing Dookie and
Yeah, they're playing Dookie and American Idiot.
American
in,
Idiot, I
in
believe
their
so, yeah.
entirety, every show.
No, not in their entirety. They're only playing Know Your Enemy because Tyler was talking about it. Our guitarist, for his birthday, I think the 17th.
I'm going to.
Yeah, both of them are going to go see it.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm very excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought American Idiot was kind of their zenith. I thought that was like just such an amazing
That or
album.
21st Century Breakdown, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm a big Revolution Radio fan. For whatever reason,
I'm
I
surprised by
really
that.
love Revolution Radio.
It was a
Yeah.
great
That one
album.
just sits with me for whatever reason. I don't know.
It was where their sound kind of transitioned to the more modern rock,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
What's your favorite Scorched Waves album so
The
far?
newest one,
The newest
definitely.
one?
the
Yeah,
With the
newest one.
smile, yeah.
So with our first album, Televised Paradise, we were kind of finishing that high school era of, all right, we've got all of these songs written from high school till now, or just after high school till now. Let's get all of this out in one big album. And then With a Smile, the most recent release, that's all post high school. This is all new. This is all us developing into what our sound is and who we are as a collective
right.
group.
And the next one you put out will be
Even
obviously
better. Oh, yeah.
another one, you know.
We're working on stuff right now, not
you?
finalized yet.
Yeah, cool. Always, that creative spark is the most exciting part about being in a band. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
maybe it's just the singer in me talking. Besides writing music, being on stage and seeing everyone else like singing along and dancing along and jumping along and having a great time. I love that.
That's the
Can't
great
get
thing
enough.
about the Mile is every crowd and every venue is super pumped. Whoever's on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like they get spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Appleton is such a fantastic music scene, and being from here, when I first joined, I was like, when we're ready for it, Mile of Music, we have to apply, we have to get in, and we barely missed submissions last year because we were busy doing other things, and then this year I was like, we have to make sure we get in, we have to make sure we can apply,
and the submissions fill up so fast.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I mean, it's in like 2 weeks and you're done.
Working at the brewery, I got close with, do you know Taylor Greenwood?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He plays in sinking lessons, and they played for Mile this year. He plays bass for them. I talked with him about it because he's good buddies with some of the Mile people, and he was like, if you're gonna submit the moment they open, because they get huge fast, and then you can be close to the top as you can be, so they'll see you. And I was like, okay, makes sense.
I always used to send out email blasts to my friends that live out of state, and I say submit, but last 2 years, by the time I get the email out, it's full. So you got to get in early, and
it's been growing. Like, I mean, being present at the first Mile of Music, like 2013, I was, how old was I? I was 11. 11 during the first Mile of Music. And
I don't feel too old now.
And I mean, being present for the first Mile of Music and seeing how much it has expanded into this massive thing. Like, and now they support the artists so much.
Yeah.
Appleton is a fantastic community for music and artists and people to grow.
It's
as
a unique
musicians.
experience because they take such good care of the artists.
Oh, they
there's
really
so
do.
many things you can do. Like, I think there's a dentistry checkup you can get.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a massage, which is much needed at some point, right?
Mhm, definitely.
And the food is always available, so that's great. Speaking of performing, you are playing tonight at
1:30. Yeah,
1:30 at Emmett's
stage.
stage.
1:30. Oh, today.
Yeah.
That means I gotta wrap up here and run down there to catch you guys.
If you have time.
time.
No
Yeah,
pressure.
all the time,
No
no
pressure.
worries.
Hell yeah. 1:30 at Emmett's, and then we'll be sticking around for the after party as well.
After party at either
Appleton Beer Factory,
or
McFleshman's.
It's
Yep.
both stages.
6:30 till whenever people decide to leave.
Right. That's awesome. So Tiernan and Damien from Scorched Waves, catch them at Emmett's because that's a great stage and it's outdoors and there's a beer garden and all that great stuff. But you guys, up and coming, shall we call you disruptive?
That works.
You could say we're disruptive. You could say that.
Young and rambunctious, Scorched Waves.
Check them out on their Facebook pages, Instagram,
Yep,
all
everywhere.
the socials.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's awesome. You guys are covered.
Our Twitter's a little less.
I was gonna say Twitter might be the only place you can't really find us.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for dropping by and doing this. And we had to work out some technical stuff, but thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, of
awesome.
course.
And
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate
you're
it.
most welcome. Catch Scorched Waves today at Emmett's outdoors in the sun or in the shade. You guys are great either way. This has been WCZR Code Zero Radio, broadcasting from Appleton, Wisconsin at the Mile of Music at the Performing Arts Center. Now back to our regular programming. If I can bring it up here on the screen, you're listening to